My name is Michael Hatfield. I'm a senior firefighter. I was aware that there was a communication barrier between the deaf community and us. And when I'd go to an emergency, I'd sometimes think, it's such a scary situation for a person in the public, and it's got to be even more scary when you're deaf and you can't understand what's going on around you. I thought maybe I could just learn some very basic signs like, are you okay? Do you have pain, and where's your pain, and that sort of thing, so that I could communicate a little. But I started the classes and I really enjoyed them, so I continued on. And since I was doing the classes and kind of getting a bit of an eye into the community, I just wondered, are we visiting this school? Are these kids getting the safety package? And I made some phone calls, and unfortunately we weren't. I've done 8 weeks of basic and 8 weeks of intermediate, and I've just started my advanced course. So I've finished 18 weeks of training with a few gaps in between to get lots of practice in. But I'm really motivated to try and learn as much as I can. I'd go into class half hour early just to get as much one-on-one time with my teacher. And yeah, I've tried really hard to get as much knowledge as I can in a short period. When I started intermediate, I went to my Auslan teacher with the idea of visiting this school, and she thought it was a great idea. So what I did was I went back to work and I found the school package. I printed it out, and each week I would just take one very small chunk. I would do my best that I could to translate it, and then I'd go into class early. I would sign it to my teacher, and then she could correct some things that weren't correct or that I could do better. And then yeah, over the period of the 8 weeks intermediate, we finished up with a package that I was really happy with, and she could understand and was really happy with.
You crawl on the ground until you get out of the door, or you open a window, or maybe you have to do both. But if you smell the smoke, then you quickly crawl on the floor and you get out the house.
I'd really like them to remember just the destructive force of fire, and that a small fire can become a large fire really quickly, and there are real consequences to playing with the fire. But today's school visit was also a little bit different, and I want the kids to take home that the fire service thinks they're important, and that if they need the fire service, that we're here for them as well, and we want to help them just the same as we'd help anybody else.